Halo Studios actually managed to improve something with Campaign Evolved, and in doing so, they ended up fixing a problem that's as old as the Halo franchise. After the letdown that Campaign Evolved turned out to be, I was pleasantly surprised to see that the iconic Warthog run was actually better in the remake than the original. But how? Well, for starters, the original Warthog run was a little bit monotonous. It wasn't bad by any stretch, but it always felt like it was just there. It was never one of my favourite parts of Halo Combat Evolved. The remake version has a little more variation, and honestly, it doesn't feel anywhere near as long either. And then there's the ending cutscene as well. I wouldn't necessarily say it's better than the original, but seeing Chief fight a Flood tank up close was so cool. It really sold just how overwhelming the Flood are, but what I really loved about the remake was just how much destruction there is throughout the entire sequence. The Pillar of Autumn looks absolutely wrecked. There's a huge amount of wreckage scattered everywhere, fires burning throughout the ship, and it's made pretty clear that this thing is never flying again. Then you get the huge sand section, where you can see just how severe the damage really is. You see the ship completely split in half, and then to make it even better, Echo 419 comes swooping in, being chased by Banshees through the wreckage. And compare that to the original, and the difference is pretty massive. Obviously, you have to cut Halo Combat Evolved some slack because it was made in 2001, but the destruction was nowhere near as visually apparent. Now, do you remember the bridge that everyone talks about from the original? You've got the two sections of the ship, a massive gap between them, and somehow there's just this perfectly intact bridge connecting the two. Well, Campaign Evolved finally corrects this. The bridge isn't some random perfectly intact structure floating between the two pieces of the Autumn anymore. It's a barely held together piece of wreckage. And I love that. It's such a small change, but it actually makes the environment make sense. And that's exactly what I want from a remake. Take something iconic, keep what made it work, and then fix the things that never quite made sense.